الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن دعا بدعوته واستنى بسنته وسار على نهجه إلى يوم الدين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We thank Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala for yet another opportunity in the month of Ramadan. Inshallah, one of the qualities of a Muslim, of a believer, that we will talk about today is the quality or character of patience. One of the qualities that is expected to be seen in a good Muslim is patience, that is as-sabr. For you to be successful in whatever you do, in most cases, patience is very, very key. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala in a verse in Surah Al-Baqarah told us that وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Seek, for help. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. He says seek for help. That is from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. بِالصَّبْرِ, through patience. وَالصَّلَاةِ, and salah, that is prayer. Then he said وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ. It is certainly great إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ, except to those who are God conscious. That is, patience, it means to be able to restrain oneself, to be able to control oneself. And patience is divided into three parts. One is as-sabru ala ta'atillah. The second one is as-sabru an ma'siyatillah. And the third one is as-sabru ala aqdarillahi al-mu'lima. That is, the first one, as we said, is as-sabru ala ta'atillah, being patient in doing what Allah commands you to do. It is being patient in doing what Allah commands you to do. That is, for one to do the right thing, because whatever Allah commands you to do are things that are right, are things that will help you. And in most cases, you will see that we human beings, we will always want to do something contrary to what is right. Or take, for example, as a Muslim, the right thing for you to do when it is time for subuh prayer, what do? To get up for salah, right? In most cases, you prefer to sleep. Even those of us sitting here, you will prefer to sleep. But the only thing is that, yes, if you are able to attend the salah, it's because you are able to what? To overcome that mind telling you to what? To rest. Or if someone does what is bad to you, in most cases your mind will tell you to what? To retaliate. But what you've been taught or you've been encouraged by Allah to do is to what? Pay back evil with what? With good. Allah said in a verse of the Quran, idfa billati hiya ahsan. Pay back evil with what? What is better. Because Allah does not want us to continue to become enemies. He told us what? The result of paying back evil with what? With good. He said, فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ. It will make someone that there is enmity between you and the person, you will become what? كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ, like a very, very close friend. Very, very, close ones. or if something happens between you and someone, and now let's assume, okay, you are in the court. Even if you are guilty, you will prefer the judge to pronounce you what? Innocent. But you yourself, you know the right thing. The right thing is what? Doing justice. So to do what is right, which means doing what Allah wants, because anything right is what Allah wants. Anything wrong is what Allah doesn't want. So to do anything right, you require what? Patience. Anything right is what leads you to Jannah. And that's what, because of human nature, we incline towards what is wrong. That's why he told us that what? Huffatil jannatu bil makarih. He said the Jannah is covered with what the heart dislikes. And that's why those who do what they like, they are going to where? To hell. Those who do what they like in this world, they will get what? What they don't like. Or maybe like our country now, no light, right? Bad roads. So many things are wrong. Why? Because we have people who in most cases do what they like, not what is right. No light, because some people have decided to embezzle the money that's supposed to have been used in providing the light. So meaning they've done what they wanted. Even those who embezzle what is supposed to be used to produce the light also want light. But because they decide to do what they want, they are also not getting what they want. Oh, you know, we want to have good roads. Yes, those who embezzle what is supposed to be used in providing the road also want good road. So because they decided, as at the time they have the power to do the road, and they embezzle what they're supposed to have been used, that have been used in making the road, so they are also moving on what? On a bad road. So in essence, to do the right thing, you need to be what? To be patient. Then also the second aspect is what? As-sabru an ma'siyatillah. That is patience in avoiding what Allah prohibits. And if you like, you can say it in another way, that what? Patience in avoiding what is wrong. Because whatever Allah legalizes are things that will help you. Allah does not need those things. It's not for his own good, it's for your own good. If you do it, you will rest. Allah said don't take life, right? Yes, if you don't take life, your life is safe and your other people's life is safe. If you decide to take life, another person will also take your own. So the other, you are not safe, others too are not safe. It becomes survival of what? Of the fittest. But if everybody decide to comply by do not take life as commanded by Allah, everybody's life will be safe. If all of us decide to abide by Allah's injunction that we should not devour our properties, the properties of ourselves unjustly, your property will be saved and your brother's property will also be what? Saved. Yes, nobody will kidnap you to collect your money because he has been warned by Allah that what? Do not what? Consume yourselves property, one another's property unjustly. So when he is going to kidnap you to collect your money, he knows he's collecting your property unjustly. So if you comply and he comply, all of you what? Rest. So patience in avoiding what Allah prohibits. It makes you to become what? A good Muslim. It makes you to become a good person. Or as a Muslim, yes, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala tells you not to harm others. It's by the time your mind tells you that, then you refuse to obey your mind. Why? Because you want to obey Allah. Because you believe Allah is commanding you with what helps you. Oh, Allah said don't consume intoxicants. So as a Muslim, you won't go into drugs. If you don't go into drugs, you will have what? Good sense. You will be normal. You will decide properly. If you go into drugs, then you act wrongly. Because in most cases, anyone acting under the influence of drug is usually not taking the right decision. That's why even when you talk while drunk, your talk will not be normal. It will not be okay. That's why sometimes when you talk some nonsense, people will tell you that you are talking like a drunkard. Because a drunkard is not in his normal sense. Because he is partially what? Not okay. He's not mentally stable. And that's why, okay, you see somebody when he is drunk or when he have taken some intoxicants, yes, a small, gutter or whatever for him to cross. You will see how he will be carrying his leg as if there is one very big something. Then he goes forward, he goes back. Why? Because he's what? Drunk. So he's not seeing things normal anymore. He sees problem as a normal situation. He sees evil as a normal thing. So one needs patience in avoiding what Allah prohibits. Why? Because as we said at the beginning, the way in most cases you are inclined away from what is right, in most cases that means you are inclining towards what is wrong. And that's what Prophet told us in the hadith that huffatin naru bishahawat. He said the hell is covered with what the heart likes. That's why when you do what you like, you go to hell. When you do what you don't like, you go to Jannah. When you do what if you don't allow your desire to control you. Allah told us, وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى. The one who fears the day he is going to stand before his Lord and stop himself from following his own desire. He said, فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. Jannah is his abode. He said, وَأَمَّا مَنْ طَغَى. Somebody said, وَأَمَّا مَنْ طَغَى, the one who is arrogant and pompous. وَآثَرَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا, and give preference to the life of this world. Allah said, فَإِنَّ الْجَحِيمَ, certainly Jahim, the hell, هِيَ الْمَأْوَى, is his abode. That is his return. Then the last aspect is what? As-sabru ala aqdarillahi al-mu'lima. Patience in bearing things destined by Allah which you don't like. That is one, patience in doing what is right or in doing what Allah wants. The second one is patience in avoiding what Allah doesn't want. And the last aspect is you being patient in handling some things that happen to you which are destined by Allah. Like part of the articles of faith is what? Imanu bil qadr. Believing in what? In destiny. Khairihi wa sharri. Whether good or what? Or bad. Or take for example, as a Muslim, you contested in election. When you are going for election, your goal is you must what? Win. So if you lost as a Muslim, what will you do? You say that's what Allah destined. Then you will leave it. It will make you to have peace, and others will also have what? Peace. As a Muslim, if Allah destined something, yes, even if they call it wrong, something bad, It does not mean, so anything decided by Allah on your life is never evil. Yes, you may not like it. You may not like it, but it may not be evil. Anything decided by Allah. As a Muslim, you win election, it is good. You lost election, it is what? It's good. Yes, if you win election, if you are a good Muslim, it's an opportunity for you to serve the people in the way Allah wants, not the way you want. In the way Allah wants, and He gives you what? Jannah. Because if you win it and you are going to use it not the way Allah wants, it is evil. Because it will land you in hell. So getting something or not getting something doesn't necessarily mean anything. It is how you handled it, it's how you consider it that determines what it becomes to you. Yes, some people win election and they what? They die. Maybe sometimes it may be the joy that killed them. You know, sometimes the way what you don't like, sadness can affect some people. Sometimes joy too can affect some people. Just like a story of somebody who won a bid, who is poor and won a very big lottery. Because of the joy, the person had what? Had stroke. And the person was holding the winning something, the paper, which will prove that he is even a lady, that she is the one who won it. So you see, because the person had, that the stroke, the person was paralyzed, so the person couldn't control the paper. The paper what? Fell off. So now they are taking the person to the hospital. The person is looking at the paper, but there is no way the person can tell the people this is what this paper is. So at the end of the day, what happens? The person still lost because until somebody present the paper before the person will what? Get the prize now. You may be living your life peacefully while you are not president. And the day you become president, you start wahala. Yes, we have people who lost their life because some people are looking for the seats they are on. Sometimes, usually you can get something without losing something. I do give us example. Take for example now, the person, you living your life just simple. You move, nobody, no security, nothing. The day you are being announced as president-elect, you will need some more security because your life is more at risk. Where you can walk freely before, alone, now you can't walk alone. And sometimes when you are a poor man, maybe some of us here, yes, you can move here from here to PWD free. You don't have any, you are not afraid of anything. But when you now know you are a multi-millionaire, what will happen? What happens? You that used to sleep outside, maybe where there is nobody, that time you want to build big gate. You build the gate, you have your fence, and you have electric wire around it. But yesterday you are sleeping on the road because you don't feel there is any reason why somebody will look for you. Or you have a child, is a blessing. So long as this is Allah's decision. You don't have a child, is a blessing. Yes, some people, their head, they come from what? From their children. Yes, you have a situation whereby a child paid somebody to kill his father. This is his child, right? But okay, so what did you get? Like a story of a child in Niger, I think is it 2 years back or so, that paid a friend, not even another person, paid a friend, they killed the father, and they pieces the father and pack inside what? Inside sack. Why? Because he want to inherit the father's property. So there are things that sometimes, okay, if you don't have such a child, Is it not better for you? Oh, you have the Surah in Surah Al-Kahf, a boy that was killed by Khadru, and he said, because to save the parents from being misled by what? By who? By the child. There's a story in Quran, in Surah Al-Kahf. That is, a child was killed to save the parents from being misled by who? By the child. So there are some things are there when you have them. Like now, anything can serve as anything. Anything can be source of joy to you, can be source of sadness to you. So that is why sometimes if Allah wants to save you from something, if it is going to be source of sadness for you, one of the ways Allah protects you is what? By removing it from you. So inshallah, although we've taken much of our time from like the usual time, but basically we need to try to be what? To learn to be patient. The most successful people are those who are patient. That's why they say the patient dog eats what? The fattest bone. The patient dog eats what? Add it, eats the fattest bone. In Hausa they said, one day haƙuri sai ya dafa dutse. That is, the one who is patient can cook the stone. On normal ground you can't cook stone. So they said the one who is patient can what? Cook the stone. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala bless us with the patience. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.